going one time, he's going a second. He's taking it. Oh my God! On three, they're all dead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. WPC Ace coverage resumes with our second best of two of the evening. We've got Titan versus Newbee. The gauntlet continues, gods.
Titan, so far, they have, well, I don't know about mastered the gauntlet, but they've taken a few challenges. It does feel like, I don't know, it feels like we're playing Super Mario, though. Like, each stage gets incrementally harder for Titan. They've taken over the first, easy warm-up levels. They had, like, the one little stumble where they lost the game to Orenda, but they're starting to get to, like, the boss levels. They're starting to get to where things get tough.
Yeah, now I asked our intern from Malaysia, what was his take? How's Titan going to do now up against Newbee? And he said maybe they can take one game off Newbee if they do something a little clowny, something unpredictable, and catch him off guard. But Roland is very confident that Newbee will take this handily.
I feel like I'm not... the way Titan have played, I think if they keep drafting to their strengths like they've been doing, I think they can definitely take a game. I think getting a 2-0 victory here is unlikely. Like, Newbee definitely favorites coming in, but I don't think it's as one-sided as... Well, I don't think a lot of people... people don't expect it to be that one-sided. Dota 2 Lounge had this pretty even. 59-41 in
favor of Newbee.
Let's do a refresh. Let's see if it's still there. 57. I mean, with how well Titan have been playing, I feel like people are suddenly like, yeah, Titan look good, but keeping in mind they have not versed any of the top Chinese teams yet. I would say it's more like maybe 65-35.
Okay, so maybe not quite that.
I'd be putting my reds on Newbee here.
Yeah, I think
the other thing is it's a best of two, so I feel like for Titan to win both games is very unlikely. Still possible, just unlikely.
How does Dota 2 Lounge do the best of twos? Is it separated into two best of
it's
ones?
just one.
Or?
So if it's a draw, you get your rares back.
Oh, you only get items if it's a 2-0.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's pretty safe to bet on favorites. Like, even if they don't have good odds, it's like, well, what's the chance of a favorite losing both games?
Right. Okay.
They may lose a game here or there, but losing a best of two doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, best of two is just they're not really that friendly for the betting world. It's just not a good.
No.
It just
you can do like individual bets for each game. Like.
Yeah, but that makes it hard. I mean, how would you bet on that? Because then if you say 1-1, but it's inverted. You know, like you bet Newbee loses game 1, but then they lose game 2. That's where things get a little.
That's where you say, screw betting my rares. I'm gonna go bet with the real big boys. Head on over to esportsventure.com. Click the link below the stream and bet some real money on these matches.
There you go.
I think they have individual. I wonder how they actually do it. I'll have a quick look and see whether they separate the games or if it's just for the full best of two.
You know, I kind of want to start using esports venture. What if I started making some money? What if I could be that next story that's like I turned my €5 they gave me into €500 with some good knowledge and some advice from Roland. Could be me.
I think the match is. I think it's not up there at the moment because the betting's already over for it since it ended 10 minutes. Well, it started 10 minutes ago, so I'm not sure how it works for best of twos.
Yeah, it's a tricky format, but. All right, we've got some picks here. Titan, they'll grab themselves the Nature's Prophet. It was a Lycan and Bat Rider banned out by Newbee, and the Centaur and Invoker banned out by Titan.
Okay, so straight into the offlane here. Like Titan almost every game, if Prophet or Centaur's in the pool, will pick one of them in their first two picks. Generally, it's the Centaur, but with Centaur banned out, they say, look, we'll take the Prophet. We feel confident with it. We can play around this, and we'll see what Newbee come up with. How he looks like he doesn't have a care in the world, chewing his gum.
Yeah.
Hao's always been one of the players who's had a definitive style about him.
Yeah.
He's one of the more stylish Chinese players, I guess. But we'll see Newbee grab the Sand King Doom. So Zhao Wei loves to pick and play Doom. Like, it kind of just fits their play style pretty well. They like to go for these kind of five-man like lineups. And all right.
Yeah, and Sand King Doom picked up, like you mentioned, and yeah, I mean. All these heroes we've
Shout out to Dota 2 Lounge, who's in the chat. We love you guys. We love you guys.
One of those foot and mouth moments, perhaps. But,
no, I stand by my words.
Yeah, not completely, but more.
You've got some cojones. If you're betting keys, it's all right. But if you want to be a real man, you heading over to esportsventure.com.
No. So H&F originally picked up by Titan. All these heroes, pretty straightforward. We've seen them quite a bit over the last few days, and I'm excited to see how Newbee used Sand King. We've seen Net Sand King. We saw it twice so far today. And this will be 3 out of 3 for Sand King, but now we'll get to see him on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, they say no jungle warrior for you. And we'll see what Net gets instead. I don't think he's normally the AA. Normally the AA is in the hands of Extinct. And you don't normally get a jungler with the AA, because if they get a jungler, that's Extinct's hero here. So they probably look for something like a setup kind of stun. They've run quite a bit of Vengeful Spirit as well. They did that one of their 2 games, or one of their 4 games yesterday, where they had a VS plus AA, and that's a pretty strong support duo. So
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think it may be something like a Vengeful Spirit for Net.
Okay, that could definitely be a possibility. We'll see how these third bans come out here. Still a lot of options. Newbee with that Doom, a very flexible hero.
Yeah.
You can put him solo mid. You can even put him in the off lane if it's a solo Nature's Prophet. You can put him in the safe lane role. Hard to gauge exactly what they're going to do with that hero. It's a pretty open-ended draft.
Newbee have the advantage of having seen 10 games that Titan have played. Maybe they didn't watch all of them, but they've seen the draft. They know what kind of heroes Titan likes to play, what they like to kind of lean towards, and with that, it makes it a lot easier to draft against them. Newbee, this is their second series of. I think it's their second series for WPC. I think they played 1 series against one of the lesser known teams, which they won 2-0 easily. But you can see here, they ban out the Clinks. They've seen Yamate play him a couple of times. It's an annoying hero to deal with, and they're just going to say, look, we're just going to ban it out. And the OD, oh geez, they're just like, these are 2 respect bans directed at Yamate.
Yeah, and I can't say that I'm surprised. He's been playing his little heart out. And Queen of Pain's still in the pool, though. One of his other heroes that we've seen a little bit of, gotten a taste of it, and it's pretty scary. Queen of Pain is a hero that she's fallen off a lot in popularity, but she can still be scary in the hands of a good QoP player.
Yep.
She's one of those that it's all about that decision making, when to man up and when to back down. And that conceptually, I think she's pretty simple, but to play her at that like upper echelon towards the top of her skill cap,
especially against heroes like Doom,
yeah,
Sand King to begin with. You've got the Doom Great Lockdown, Sand King, Burst. Like, Yamate plays him super defensively. He never blinks into fights. You never see him blink into a fight unless the fight's already won.
Right.
If it's a neutral fight, he won't risk it blinking in unless he's got a BKB. But against a Doom, even with BKB, he'd be probably like, I'm not blinking in.
Yeah, he definitely has that a very patient play style. That's the word that comes to mind when I see him in the mid lane. Just very patient, cool, calm, and collected. And I mean, I'm biased since I know he's an experienced player, but I get a very experienced feel that like, I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm gonna play it safe.
There was that one moment with this QoP where it was at the top lane by the tier 2 tower, and they're like pushing. He's in the trees. He has a perfect setup for like a Sonic Wave, and he didn't go for it. He's like,
yeah.
I'm on my own. Maybe I kill a support, but if I die, it's not worth it. So he's like, I'm just not gonna kill this support. Like, there was a free Rubik kill in front of him. And he's like, nope, not taking it.
He's really good at not giving into that temptation where most people be like, all right, I can kill the Rubik, and then I can get out like the inverse Jimmy, you know, go and do the clutch play and then make the cute escape. And Yamate is much more, I'm just going to avoid the whole situation unless I'm pretty confident.
Newbee with a Leshrac pick. We won't get to see much Leshrac, but synergizes well with the Sand King. It's like get the setup stun, the follow-up stun.
Yeah. But, you know, Lesh is one of my favorite heroes, one of my most played heroes, and I wish Lesh got more love, but I understand why people don't play him. His cast times in particular are so rough. There's so much. You're talking about Bloodseeker. He puts his hands in the air. Like Lesh is the master. Every time he just slowly raises his hands until he's like, "I've got something to say, guys. Pick me." Oh, it's like he gives you these warning signals that he's about to make it rain all over you. With
he's got an AoE stun, but it doesn't feel like it's ever an AoE stun.
Yeah.
It's like always just there's 2 problems. One, it's always has to follow up another stun unless you've got some like sick timing and placement, and it's generally almost always used for single heroes. Like it's hard to catch up multiple heroes in that. Unlike Burrow Strike, which has like a nice little cylinder type AoE because it goes forward through a lot of targets. You can kind of line it up. Leshrac Sun is very hard to hit on more than one hero.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, as much as I'd like to try and promote Lightning Storm, it's just not that powerful. It did get a small buff in the last patch. I think they slightly lowered the cooldown, made it a little more mana efficient, leveled out the jumps, but it's just lackluster.
Yeah. It means you're not. The thing is, it means you're not either leveling up your stun or your edict, and that's where I'm just not too sure about. Titan Grab the Lion. This is a good net hero. He played a lot. This was. I don't think this is the game I was casting with you. I think I was casting this game with Winter when we were joking about him being in the trees. He was a Lion one of those games. Same thing as Sand King was doing. Spent 2/3 of the game just camping in trees, waiting for pickoffs. And Lion's great because you've actually got a lot of burst damage. Much like a Sand King with Epicenter does. But
it's.
Like Titan play around net. This is one of the few teams whose their support player will control the mid to late game with his pickoffs. It's a very rare thing.
Yeah, it really is. But I can definitely see the Light and playing into that style that Net really likes. Very gank oriented with some good crowd controls. Now, Newbee will go ahead and 4th pick a Templar Assassin. So it stands to reason that will be a TA mid. And we'll see a Doom probably in more of a safe lane role here.
I'd say you're right there. So probably move on the TA and you put Hao onto the farming Doom, and they just have Zhao Wei's offlane hero left. And the TA plus Doom, decent amount of carry potential there, but picking offlaners this late in the draft means there's kind of fewer options. Unless we go towards an offlane Doom, because Hao generally plays more true carry heroes, like your Spectres, your Anti-Mages, and that's where maybe it's even an offlane Doombringer.
Yeah, it very well could be. And will be a lone druid now picked by Titan. This
KYXY is a beast lone druid player.
Okay.
He is like, to me, like, he's the Admiral Bulldog, like, of the East almost.
The Bulldog of the East. That's a bold claim there, God.
He's got a sick lone druid.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing some of this LD action. A pretty solid draft for Newbee, though. I just like their lineup. They've got a good amount of lockdown between the Burrow Strike, the Lesh Split Earth, and the Doom. A good bit of carry potential, and all, like, just sort of a nice, well-rounded team. They've got magic damage, physical damage, decent laners, decent mid-game team fight, and they can scale well into the late game. I think they've just got a really nice, well-rounded draft. Titan, they've got a pretty decent draft themselves, but they're lacking some lockdown right now.
Yes.
Lion, it's all about the Lion. If he gets picked off or doesn't get a good initiation, then I worry about that.
Some good Yamate here for the mid lane to one match up against the TA and just give him a decent team fight. I'd like something even like a Darkseer mid, which isn't done too much, but matches up well against the TA. It gives them that mech buy for the team, which they're kind of lacking at the moment. I feel like they need a mid hero who's going to go mech and just be useful in team fights. So, I mean, Darkseer, one that comes to mind. Dragon Knight's pretty good, although he's not really a good mech buyer, but he's the kind of hero I could see them doing well. Yeah, Viper's actually
not a bad choice, yeah.
They played Viper at least once in the last couple of days.
Okay. I mean, Slark does very well against TA in a 1v1 role, but not quite that mech carrier that you have in mind.
I like the Viper suggestion.
Yeah.
I think that's something which Titan definitely going to be thinking about here. But Newbee, they picked first in this last stage, so we'll see if they're going to pick a offlaner for Zhao Wei or maybe another carry hero, or a carry hero for Hao.
We'll know exactly where this Doom is going to go. And they'll take the Slark themselves. And
that'll be, I think, safe lane farm. I think
offlane
offlane Slark isn't bad, but it's, I think, something more... I mean, it happens quite a bit in pubs, and a lot of players do put him offlane, but I think he benefits a lot from the farm, whereas Doom, you can get away with having fewer items.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn. If you have a Doom and a Slark, one's safe lane, one's off lane. I don't know. I mean, Slark is a hero that can make some plays happen, like around that, like, between level 8 and 11 mark, without a lot of items.
Oh, that's a nice pick.
But yeah.
Well, so it looks like Hao will be on the Slark. So I guess safe. Doom is just such a Zhao Wei hero. Like, he's played so many games of Doom. Back when he used to play mid, that he would run mid Doom quite a bit.
Okay.
So it looks like he'll be on a semi off lane. You can rotate to the jungle if your off lane's too hard.
Yeah, that's true.
So you've got your options available to you there.
Yeah, and securing early farm for Slark makes it pretty safe to assume that you can transition into a fairly easy mid game, especially if he's going to go for a Shadow Blade. Can get it up pretty early, and
here we go. Last pick for Titan, the Night Stalker.
All right, this is an interesting draft from Titan.
Something different.
Yamate Night Stalker. He really does play a diverse pool of heroes, man. I'll tell you what, this guy, he's played like your ranged ints, and now we're going to see a melee strength hero that's just a complete 180 in terms of the play style of those heroes.
Yeah.
It's,
we'll see how he adjusts. But
it's just interesting to see. He's sort of speaks to the caliber of his mechanics. You know, it's not just that he's got a couple heroes, a couple niche heroes. He's just all around a solid mid guy.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And that's something where he had big shoes to fill when Mushi left, because Mushi, the big story about Mushi at TI3 was that he played a bigger hero pool than anyone else in that tournament. He played something like 15 different heroes in 17 or 18 games. And it was just like no one else.
How do you draft against that?
Yeah. I mean, it did help he was the mid player, and that was where mid heroes were
Right.
there was so many different options you could. There was so many different options. He would switch up a bit as well. Like sometimes it was on the carry role, but he was so versatile, and a team you just don't. Yeah, like you say, you don't draft against that.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, well, let's ban out the Mushi heroes because you've only got a couple of bans and. Well, it looks like we will be stuck in a pause here to get things going, and we can look at some more of these beautiful camera shots of the players. Who's this one, Gods? Who's this guy?
That would be Mr. Zhao, El Capitano. Got Yamate there.
that's
Looking good as
Yamate.
always.
Yeah. How old is Yamate? Is he
He's a vet. He'd be like in his mid-20s. I just say that because he's been around so long. So.
like he's got to be at least like 25, 26.
Yeah.
I like that hairstyle.
The Asian do.
Yeah.
A little orange tinge.
Yeah.
Would you dye your hair?
I've dyed it before, but I don't know. That feels.
What did you dye it?
Back when I used to
Ah.
dye my hair in like the grade 8, grade 7, it was all about the
Black?
no, it was about the blonde on top. I already have dark
Oh.
hair, and you just make the front or the top like blonde. Look pretty ridiculous.
That sounds hideous,
It's
to be
awful.
honest.
It's
Yeah.
awful. A little soccer hooligan. We all did it, but everybody was doing it, man. Everybody was just trying to look cool.
I dyed my hair blue once. Not dyed. It was like just like wash it off in the shower kind of.
I dyed my hair legit blue once.
But that was because I was on a basketball team and we're going. It was like we're going to the grand finals or something. I'm like, our colors were blue, and I was like, I want to get my team pumped, so I dyed my hair blue before our big match. It was fucking brilliant, man.
There you go.
We won the finals too.
Wow, and I'm sure it was because of your blue hair. Did the team give you the credit on that one?
They did somewhat, man. They were very, very appreciative of that.
Yeah, I had like my hair dyed legit blue, but the problem with it was like it looked really awesome at first. Like that first day, you're just like, all right, my head's blue. This is awesome. And then you go like one time, and it just like turns off blue, and then slowly but surely it just turns into like a kind of shitty looking gray. And I don't know. It's not worth the effort. I've come to the conclusion that if your hair was supposed to be blue, it would be easier to dye it blue and make it look good.
No, blue hair's not a good look for many people.
Yeah, I don't know. The bright colors.
And then in high school, I had my emo summer where I dyed my hair black.
Oh, there you go.
That was a big regret. Never again.
I mean, my hair.
Unless I do it jokingly.
Yeah, my hair is so dark that dyeing it black is almost indistinguishable. I mean, my hair is
Yeah.
pretty. Parts of it, like some of the dreads that are on top, are a little bit bleached. They almost look like they've been dyed because they get sun bleached after a while. But the parts of my hair that are dark are pretty dark. But enough hair chit chat. Looks like we're finally ready to get into this game here.
The last thing on hair. Hal used to have some of the most stylish hair in Dota.
Yeah.
He's gone like this really weird haircut now, but like he used to have the best hair in Dota.
Jesus, dude. Now it's he used to look so amazing, and now it's just
No,
like, hey, he's
no.
got this weird haircut. I don't really.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, he used to have. It was this very kind of girly-looking flowing hair, but he had like some good color in it, good style, very unique. He always had these posy like hipster glasses on. Now he's just looks. I don't know. Looks like a bit of a dick sometimes. Looks like the kind of kid that gets beat up in school. He's probably a nice guy though.
Roland's got a pretty sick hairstyle. Roland, what do you call that hairstyle? Just badass, just Roland style. Well, we've got another pause here.
All right. So what else we can talk? We talked about ears. We talked about hairstyles.
And that was one of the first things I said to Roland when he got here. I was playing Dota and LD came in and said, "Hey, this is Roland," and I said, "Hey, man, I'm taking on that hairstyle." Literally my opening line. He's got a cool do. I figured we could, I got cool hair. He's got cool hair. We could be hair buddies. I don't know if my master plan was successful.
Yeah, that's fair. Are you hair buddies now? Like he's been here a couple months. Like, what's the status? Well, pause continues. I don't mind. I
Yeah.
feel like just building the anticipation for this game, Titan vs Newbee. This should be a good one.
Yeah, I
Um,
did just see something cool on the Chinese stream, and I was gonna switch it over, but I missed it. But it was one of those things that you can like scan on your phone. Those codes that you take a picture of. But it was popped up on the screen, so you could use your phone to take a picture of the screen, and then it takes you to the link. I've never seen that mixed in on like a stream overlay before.
Yeah.
What are those called? They're not barcodes, but they're.
I don't know.
They have a
I've never
name.
had a smartphone so I never got to use that shit.
You've never had a smartphone?
No. Well, I kind of do now actually. I have a really cheap, crappy HTC thing. It's I think technically a smartphone, but not really.
Okay, I see.
Back in Australia, I still have like my Nokia like 780 or something. Like this brick of a phone is a beast, man.
Yeah.
Having a phone when your battery life is more than a week is the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
I come back here where I have my little fancy pants HTC, and like my battery has to charge every day, and I'm just like, this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Why would you want this?
My iPhone 5 is a pretty good battery life. I'm pretty happy with it. The key is not to leave it plugged in. Everybody, like, they plug their phone in before bed, then let it charge overnight. My phone charges in like 45 minutes from 0 to full. You don't need to leave it plugged in overnight. That's like your one-way ticket to screwing up the battery. Because when you're like charging it, when it's plugged in and it's at 100%, it's like you're juicing the battery real hard.
The other big thing is when you first get your phone, make sure you run your battery fully dead and then charge it to full.
I never understood why that made such a big difference. I've heard that though.
It's,
like,
yeah, I'm not sure.
You want to go from like 100 to 0, then back to 100.
I remember when I was doing some like physics at like uni, and like it got somewhat explained. But yeah, it's definitely a legit thing. Like especially when your battery's new. It's when your battery's like the first couple times you want to use your battery, you want to completely deplete it.
Yeah.
And then make sure you fully charge it.
That's not just phones. That's just batteries in general. That's like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a certain type of battery. Like maybe there's different types of batteries where it's less important. But that's your lesson for today, Twitch chat.
The other thing with laptops, like laptop battery lives, you don't want to leave your laptop plugged in. I mean, if you're using it and like it's plugged in, that's cool. But you don't just want to like leave it plugged in overnight. Just like, oh, it'll be 100% when I'm ready. Just leave it unplugged.
My laptop battery lasts about sub 15 minutes now.
There you go. Yeah, my old laptop's like that. My Ultrabook's pretty good though.
I don't really care. I always have it plugged in.
It also has to do with the processor too. Like the more recent gen processors are a lot more power intensive than those. I don't know. It's a gaming laptop, right? Like it has like a graphics card and stuff. Yeah, but they're not really known for their battery life.
No, that's
anyhow.
the thing. I don't have it for like using on the fly. I mean, it's convenient because I can just move around my room with it or whatever it may be. But
yeah,
we've got ourselves a Dota game.
Yes, we
That's
do.
What I'm talking about.
Not sure what the issue was, but we are ready to rock and roll here. This is our second best of 2 of the evening. And on the Radiant side, we've got Team Titan. Their gauntlet continues here. We'll see if Newbee can end their winning streak. It'll be Extinct playing on the support Ancient Apparition. He'll be joined by Net on the support Lion. And they will be supporting NWP Yamate on the Night Stalker. It looks like it will be a solo mid lone druid played by KYXY. And that leaves us Ohio in the off lane on his Nature's Prophet.
Well, for the die side, it's Team Newbee. We're going to see How on the safe lane farming Slark, King J on the support Sand King. We've got Moo in the middle lane playing the Templar Assassin. Looks like for now, Leshek Banana just posturing near this mid tier 1 tower. Then finally, in the off lane, Zhao 8 boots first Doom. Already used Devour. That would have been on a Treant. Yeah, got himself a bit of gold. Also set the cooldown off early. So that's a nice little early game boost to his gold. He'll have Devour by the time the creeps meet again.
Yeah, that's not bad. Sucking up a Treant early on. Kind of unfortunate when you have Doom in the off lane here. You can't easily rotate into the jungle and grab some other creep to work with. Really, the ideal is that Satyr Tormentor, getting that health regen aura and then having the Shockwave, which isn't really spammable, but it's a low enough mana cost that it can come in handy to finish off a hero or something that may be sneaking away. So Doom's time. He'll have his work cut out for him here.
Yeah, he popped the Devour, and this creep wave is going to push out the problem. That's one of the issues with using the Devour. So he's going to get zoned out pretty hardcore, especially considering he's got 0 base armor. Doom, not enough armor. He cannot sustain against this harass, really.
Yeah, certainly not. And up top, Ohio could be in some trouble to get things started here. King J grabbed an invisibility rune. It will expire, and Ohio will be just fine. But I thought they may find an opening there to start some initiation.
That's what I mean. A matchup you don't see too much of. Lone Druid up against the Templar Assassin here. KYXY. He's going to send his bear off to the shop. This is going to pick up an Orb of Venom to help him deal with the Refraction and just harass the Templar Assassin as much as possible. I like this little start here. And we'll bring that bear back to the mid lane. So for him, the CS at this early first creep wave or two isn't too important, but he's actually on top of the TA, so his start is fantastic.
Yeah, without the bear, that is pretty darn impressive. And just having that extra unit to help cut through the Refraction is useful, and as we see right here, the Spirit Bear just helping to zone out Moo a little bit. He does have that bottle already, a couple of pulls.
His micro is just perfect. Like he has the bear harassing Moo, he's microing that while last hitting with his hero. He did not miss a last hit there.
Yep, and he's also juggling the bear back and forth, where he's not just tunneling it onto the hero so she can pull it into the tower, getting off auto attacks when possible, and then using the bear to also utilize last hits and denies. So, yeah, you weren't lying about this KYXY Lone Druid. This is... Moo is not having a fun time.
Yeah, 2-minute rune comes up, going to be bottom lane. Net going to grab the haste, and doesn't look like he can do too much with this. He decides to go towards mid lane, which is possible, but I don't think there's any possible kills to get with this.
not too easily. And Doom, he's been holding his own in this offlane. He is 3-0, about halfway through level 2. Let's see how he's comparing to the Nature's Prophet. A little bit more experience, and speak of the devil, Ohio getting dove here. How will use the pounce off the mark with the leash, and Ohio will just throw a couple of right clicks. Get out of here, you nasty Murloc. And he'll just walk back to safety, or hopefully, if this pounce is on the mark, he could find himself in a little bit of trouble. But no, just a little bit of essence shift back and forth. There we go. This time the pounce will connect in Ohio. He'll just try and pour it out.
Oh, we've cancelled. He wants to go on How here. How's actually in trouble? He's got a salve. He's got no pounce for a little bit. He won't get that last right click. Stout Shield procs coming into play as well there.
Yeah, if he was level 3 with that Sprout, possibly could have been a kill, but...
Yeah. I don't think he wants Sprout at level 3 anyway. Maybe if it guarantees a kill, but generally you're going to get treats again. But
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good call.
but still, Titan off to a good start. I mean, KYX are doing well. Mid, Prophet, forcing How, like, to dive like that, use up your regen, waste a bit of time. That's a win for the Prophet.
Yeah, I still like that. I mean, a lot of Prophets there would have just said, you know what, maybe I can do a little bit of return damage, but they probably still would have poured it out and ended up going home. And I like that he at least had that red flag that popped up in his mind of just like, you know, I might be able to get a kill here, and he cancels it and kind of mans up on it. Just a cheeky little Nature's Prophet play.
Yeah.
Big fan.
But now, it looked like Doom did wander off into the jungle. He found himself a ice armor creep. So, you talk about Doom having no armor. Well, he's found the best creep to help him out in this off-lane scenario.
I would say that this is either the second or third best creep after the Satyr Tormentor. The ice armor, it seems lackluster, but on Doom, it ups his effective HP so much with that armor difference.
Yeah.
And,
Zero base armor is not fun. But it's nighttime now, so he's going to be pretty carefully, because they've got nuke damage to bring him down with Lion, AA, as well as Night Stalker there. The Chilling Touch bonus damage is going to go through that armor, well, as magic damage. So something to be very wary of.
Yep. Yes, sir. And second rune does actually go the way of the Radiant side. Titan picked up, or pardon me, the Ancient Apparition picked up the double damage, which spawned here at the 4-minute. And they'll just double pull the creeps. Pretty standard stuff happening here, gods. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Lion AA do have a smoke if they want to maybe go for a rotation at some point towards the mid lane. Definitely possible here to get a... Well, I guess maybe want to wait for the Lone Druid to hit level 5 or something, but if they go with detection, they could look for a kill on move.
Yep, and the Lone Druid, he's actually pretty darn close to level 6 now.
Oh, Centaur going to get rid of the ice armor. He picks up a big Centaur, so... It'll help him out a bit. It's more for the, I guess, get some good gold experience, and having a Centaur War Stomp is always nice later on.
Yeah, but already Titan with the rotation. They see that Doom has left the lane. Ohio will take that opportunity to TP in, and there's those level 2 Treants just doing quick work on this tower.
Yeah.
I think Newbee may be forced to just let this one fall. They're really not in a great position to contest with that Doom, and
it being nighttime too.
Yeah, first tower of the match will go the way of Titan and give him a little gold.
It's pretty hard to get kills at the first nighttime as Night Stalker because it happens so early, but meanwhile, there may be a kill happening mid lane. KYXY goes into ultra form. This will make him a lot tankier. The Chain Sun is there. KYXY may just be okay. He's looking for an entangle here on the left track or Sand King. Not going to get one though. Luckily for Banana and King J, no entangles.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Yamate, he's inbound, taking a bit of damage. He's pretty tanky here as well. There's an Earth Spike from Net, connects with 2. He'll finish off the Sand King. That's your first blood coming out. Now KYXY, he's on the run. The Bear looking for some roots. How? He'll pour it in. And there you go. There's a tangle on the TA. That'll buy KYXY some time. Another Earth Spike connects onto the Slark. He's only level 5. He'll pounce towards the Roche Pit. He'll survive for now. Nice Split Earth coming out from the Lesh. They'll finish off the Spirit Bear. That's something. Slark will actually die to Roshan. And now extinct, he could be in a little bit of trouble here. Yamate is inbound. He's got himself Power Treads and a Ring of Basilius. They'll turn it around. This Doom's in big trouble. He's only level 5. He falls to the Chilling Touch on that Ancient Apparition. Now TA will be repelled. They won't be able to grab the kill, but TA makes it back to the tower. That's a 3-0 to get things started here.
SEA fighting. One of those kills was the Roshan deny. So just 2 kills for Titan, but Sark denies himself to Roshan. It's still time spent offline, not getting involved. That's a huge victory here for Titan. Prophet's already TP top to get himself some farm. He's got 600 gold. He's got his Midas recipe. This is going to be a really fast Midas for an offlane Prophet. Lone Drew's doing great mid. Everyone just getting involved there. Night Stalker coming into play in the first nighttime and having a big impact there. Titan, really good start for them.
Yeah, not to mention that tier 1 tower they got right beforehand. That's about a 2,000 gold lead to get things started. And we'll see how they carry that momentum onward.
That was some also really unlucky Entangle procs. KYX got nothing for the longest time until finally he got one Entangle on move, but that was after like 10 plus right click.
Yeah, and TA was still able to survive. And, you know, I'm not sure if Slark really even needed to deny to the Roche pit. It looked like he was going to get away, and
Yeah.
I kind of lost track of him right when he got denied, but
He was so low on H, he didn't have his ulti, so if he had ulti, he could just wait to heal up, but because he didn't have he was just level 5, he was like, okay, I'll just spend all my gold, deny to Roshan, and it saves a trip home. It's
true.
It's just
Yeah.
a bit of like, it's kind of efficiency, I guess. You could,
Yeah, as long as you spend all of that unreliable gold, then yeah, you really have nothing to lose. And WP, okay, thought he was going to initiate onto the Doom, but just harassing a little bit, throws out that Void, and will back out just at the tail end of the first night here, so he will have to be a little bit more cautious coming up, though he will have that ultimate off cooldown just about 15 seconds.
they're looking for a last kill here, maybe in this nighttime. The two supports for Titan smoke towards bottom lane. Nightstalk has an Ogre Club, so he's really tanky as well, but oh, Titan actually TP in. This is dead Zhao Wei. It's got level 6, but he's not going to get a chance to use the Doom. Ahaya with the TP lead in, and they get another kill.
Yep, and that'll make it 4-0 here as we pass the 8-minute mark. It's an illusion rune that spawns at the top position, and it looks like this bottom tier 2 tower will take some pretty heavy pressure. Lesh is inbound looking to make a defense, but he's only level 4, and there's only so much he can do against all these units. They've got a Basilius, they've got Treants. This tower's already down to half health.
It may be daytime, but there's no defending this tier 2 tower for the time being. Newbee may have to TP in multiple heroes if they want to do so. They'll look for that, and Titan just get out. Net may be going to get caught, but it doesn't even look like that's going to be the case. Sankin got slowed by the Ice Vortex, and the Ice Vortex helps cover their retreat.
Wow, great plays from Titan. They force in all those TPs, and now they're just going to be forced to walk to other lanes to continue farming. Just getting the better of that exchange and finding more efficiency around the map. About a 3,000 gold lead all of a sudden. Only about 500 experience, but they're still in pretty good shape. We see Yamate getting a little aggressive here into the tier 1 tower mid. Did pop that ultimate, looking to make the most of it, but won't find a kill.
Ahaya with his Midas now, 9 minutes in. Absolutely fantastic timing from him. He's had a big impact so far. Everyone on Titan, to me, has just played a near flawless game. Well, no one's died, and they've been all doing as they need to be doing at every stage of the game. The supports start off by pulling, they then start rotating, they then help push down towers, and Titan just so efficient. Now they'll sit back and look to farm a bit. Get the Night Stalker, his BKB, not to mention it's still daytime for a bit. Ahaya can look to farm towards his next time as well now that he's got his Midas, so Titan are in no rush now that they're ahead.
Yeah, this is actually a slightly different build we're seeing out of Ohio here. We've seen him going phase boots first into Hand of Midas pretty much exclusively, and here he just had that extra boost in gold and altering his regular item trajectory a little bit just because of getting that early tower kill and, of course, those early hero kills as well. A lot of that early Midas. So expect Ohio to come online maybe a little bit earlier than usual here. And on net worth, still middle of the pack, but I think he'll start to skyrocket over the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep.
It looks like TA going phase boots into a Drum of Endurance build. Magic Wanded Bottle already online. Pretty standard, nothing too crazy about that. Doom going more of an aura-based build, well on his way to a mech. Has the buckler complete, as well as the headdress, and just pulling up for that recipe as they smoke up in the Dire jungle.
Ooh, looks like they're drawing on the map to go towards that mid lane. They're going to go for a bit of a flank here. Net may scout him out. If he stays right where he is, he'll get them from the high ground, which may be at the death of him, but if you save this lone druid at this point in the game, well worth it. He's poised behind mid lane, just level 4 though, so we'll see how well this works out for him.
This could be a little bit risky for Newbee, but they've got the Doom ultimate online, so they should be able to grab at least 1 kill out of it.
Ooh, Prophet, he scouts him out. Their pings come out from both teams here, and it looks like Titan are going to avoid this one for the time being. Yeah, wait, wants KYXY.
Yeah, and he's in big trouble. This will be a 4-man rotation onto him in the trees. He's in ulti form, and Earth Spike did come out, but, I mean, no way that he's going to survive this. Now NWP comes in. He'll get doomed straight away. And this is looking a little bit grim for Titan here in this mid lane. NWP will not survive. The line gets picked off as well. And it's a 3-for-0 going the other way.
Yeah, they tried to go for the counter kills there, losing the Lone Druid, which was probably not the best idea. They could have just sacked the Lone Druid, not lost anyone else, but Night Stalker didn't have ulti up and just came in, got Doom, brought down. And this is where Newbee kind of are really strong as a 5-man unit, even without the mech on Zhao Wei. They've got such great lockdown, a lot of stuns. They've got Sand King plus Leshrac, and Slark as well, just great at this sort of level 8 to level 10 period of time.
Yep, exactly when Slark starts to peak without any real items. He just has power treads and a bracer, but he can start to hit pretty hard. It will be at least a double drum coming out for Newbee, as it seems Slark and TA are going to commit to that item path. Yep. And like you said, once Doom gets mech, things will get even that much more difficult. And
looks like he's mostly got it. It just needs the chainmail. So 400 away, Zhao Wei. Tier 2 tower bottom going to go down. It's going to get denied here, but that's still decent gold going
Dyer's
Titan's
bottom
way.
tower has been
They
denied.
they won't be too worried about the deny. That's to them it's just like, okay, that's gold anyways. We'll get this Radiance as fast as possible for KYXY. And our
Dyer's
Night Stalker's
structures
very
are
close to BKB.
fortified.
Yeah, and this mid tier 1 tower taking pretty heavy damage. The glyph comes out. The bear should be able to finish it off, at least hopefully trying to line it up. But no, maybe they'll just get the Lesh instead. And they certainly will as Ohio ports in. There's the ultimate from MWP, and they want this Templar Assassin. She's a frog, and she's also silenced. There, the roots coming out, and that will be a 2-for-0. They'll finish off this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and, well, nighttime just makes things a hell of a lot easier when you've got that Night Stalker.
And finally we get some RNG going the way of KYX, with that first hit Entangle in the Leshrac at mid lane set up that entire engagement. So channels a bit of his inner bulldog and gets his team a tier 1 tower, a couple kills. He even got the tower gold as well, which is going to get him about 1k gold after the tower and the kills. So he's about halfway to his relic now.
Yeah, his farm looking pretty impressive. Number 2 on net worth overall, with actually Yamate sitting in the number 1 position. That tower down, that does push them about 3,500 gold ahead. Experience just zeroed out. So most of this lead, pretty much all of this lead for Titan actually is in tower gold, as it is 3-0 in total tower count. Everyone will just go back to farming. And Titan just looking to hit that mid-game stride. I'm curious to see how this Night Stalker is going to build. He will go Power Treads into BKB, but where's he headed after that?
Yeah, I guess Aghanim Scepter is actually really nice, especially against Slark, because Slark often wants to try fog people to get his ulti HP regen, and that's where Ag's on Night Stalker. You get vision of him, he doesn't get the movement speed, he doesn't get the passive HP regen as well.
Yeah, very true. And also Net just about to completely come online with that Finger of Death. Just a couple of creeps from level 6. And
Same for the AA. Extinct also just about to hit level 6, so Titan have both their supports reaching level 6 now, and I feel like that's where they're going to get a whole lot stronger.
yeah, absolutely. Ice Blast is kind of what makes AA as potent as he is right now, and we'll see this smoke get revealed as Yamate. He walks right into it. That'll be a 4-on-1. Even the Epicenter comes out. No way the Night Stalker will survive that one. And yeah, Newbee will basically just luck their way into a free kill there, as Yamate is in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Good kill. They're going to possibly, looks like, followed up with at least a tier 1 tower up top, unless Night Stalker buys back for this, which I don't think he wants to do. Sure, it's nighttime, but they're actually pressuring this one tier 3. KYXY said, you guys want a tier 1? I want a tier 3. Good trade, guys. I don't think Newbee will get this, but they'll get this down to about half HP maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Titan doing decent damage here. They force back 2 TPs.
Drum charge even being popped. How much?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Not sure why else he's popping a drum there. He's still chasing. He wants a higher.
Dyer's
I can just
middle
TP out and
tower is under
no
attack.
problem.
Yep. Yeah, they'll make it out. So, top tier 1 tower falls. Still the right idea from Titan. And, I mean, at this point, I think they'll be happy to trade a tier 1 for about half damage on a tier 3 tower.
They couldn't defend the tier 1 anyways. Like, that was after, like, once your Night Stalker's dead and they're so close to that tier 1 top, it's going down. And that's where they make a great move at bottom lane, forcing Newbee to TP heroes back. And also prevents the tier 2 from being pushed.
And here we see Ohio porting into the high ground here, right into the mix of Newbee. And maybe we could see a team fight break out about this top tier 1 tower. It is a 5-man rotation from Titan coming in. Trance coming around the backside. They will engage on the move. That'll force out the refraction.
Dyer's
And
top
this
tower
could
is
end
under
up just
attack.
being a tower. We'll see how Newbee want to handle this, but they'll actually make a 5-man rotation coming up here as well. The only difference is, I believe they don't have an epicenter right now. No, they don't. They do have a Doom
spotted
ultimate, though.
Yeah, the Treant, importantly, does scout out this. They're going to kill down the Spirit Bear. It looks like they'll get a tier 1 tower deny, maybe. Yeah, we'll get denied here, but anyway,
Dyer's
XY
top
resummons his
tower
bear. They'll
has
back
been
off, I think,
denied.
Titan. They TP out the Nature's Prophet. And even with it being nighttime, it looks like they don't want to go for a head-on fight. They maybe just want to try to find a pick-off.
Yep, and kind of unfortunate that the Spirit Bear couldn't just finish off the tower right there. But a good play from Newbee to finish it off, and nice 300 gold bounty going their way. So they do find a victory there, as well as denying that tower.
Anything to slow down the Bear Radiance at this point. Once he gets the Radiance, that's where that's where the times get tough for Newbee. It gives great way to cancel Blink Daggers that the Sand King may go for, the TA likely to go for. Helps deal with the refraction on the TA and just being a general nuisance. So Radiance will be a good timing winner for Titan to get more aggressive, especially combining it with a Night Stalker.
Yep, absolutely. What do you think about the 300 gold bounty on the Spirit Bear gods? Does that seem like the right number? Too little, too less? Or too little, too much?
I get the reasoning, I guess, is that the Spirit Bear is like, it does so much and it's pretty much a hero in a lot of ways, but I think it's partly why Lone Druid is a bit underpowered at the moment. Like, I'd just say slightly underpowered.
So you think 300 might be a little too much for a bounty on the bear?
Yeah. I'd like to see the hero receive like some minor buffs in some way. I don't know exactly what that may be.
Yeah. And oh, he may find his way into a Zhao 8 kill here. Can we get some lucky entangles? Maybe not, but AA ult will fly in on the mark, does connect with the Doom, but
Radiant's
just
bottom
can't
tower
get any of that
is under
RNG.
attack.
I'll pop the drums. I'll go chasing now. Looks like Yamate with a completed BKB. Finished off the electric. That's a trade for the Lion though. And well, Newbee, they've got numbers here. They've killed off 2. Buyback from the Lion here. He wants to fight a high, trying to cover the retreat here with the Sprout. But KYXY in all sorts of trouble here. He's being burst down here. 1 or 2 more right clicks will finish him off. Templar Assassin gets the kill. And net, it's a dieback from your Lion. Not what he was hoping for there. And the damage is not done. Yamate going to be chased down. He's doomed up. Burrow striked up. And a meld strike will finish him off. 5 for 2, I believe, in the end of the day there. Dieback from the Lion, and that's a big, big loss for Titan here. That's not a team fight they could afford to have right now.
Yeah, that really hurts. I was watching that Night Stalker. He was doomed. He did eventually
Radiant's
secure the
middle
kill
tower is
on
under
Doom
attack.
himself with the help of the Nature's Prophet Treants, but overall, just a complete disaster. And now we see that gold graph starting to move closer to Newbee's favor. Once they take out this tower, it'll be a pretty big jump in experience, way in their
Radiant's
favor.
middle
Now about
tower has
2,000.
fallen.
And I think they, well, it's kind of hard to say, but I would give Newbee a little bit of a carry edge here. And this TA is really starting to pick up some momentum. Going this movement speed build, phase boots, drum up endurance, and Yasha. She's moving fast, and she's starting to hit hard here, Gods.
Yeah, I think the late game, I think it's pretty even. Like, Prophet plus Lone Druid in the late game compared to like a TA Slack.
Yeah.
And then like Doom and
Doom.
Night Stalker fill a very similar position. Both just like tanky frontliners. Doom slightly more useful than the Night Stalker maybe in the late game.
I think Doom can carry a bit harder than the Night Stalker, mostly just because of the pack leader's aura.
Well, he's not gonna.
Crit.
You don't really see Doom right clicking that much. He'll go for like BKB Assault Press or BKB Shiver's Guard and just tank it up in the front lines. But his actual right click damage is
Yeah.
it's average.
Yeah, I think that's certainly fair. And actually, Sand King, he didn't use an Epicenter in that last fight either. So Newbee won that fight even without the Sand King doing a hell of a lot. And he's getting pretty close to his Blink now. There'll be 1 Wild Wing Ripper left in this stack that he just cleared out. But yeah, the Blink Epicenter, that will be a whole nother hurdle that Titan will have to deal with here coming up before too long. And I'm not sure if they're really equipped to handle it with elegance and grace.
Yeah, we'll see King Jake getting close to that level 9. Just a couple hundred gold away. Here's a high up bottom lane with a Shadow Blade. Gonna try to scout things out here. Yamate nearby, but I don't think... Oh, they want this kill with the A ultimate. Zhao is going to walk into it. There's your Shadow Blade hit with the Sprout. It's good to TP out, not going to get a chance to do. Pops the Doom on a Haya here. Haya needs to get out without taking too much damage. It looks like Zhao Wei will blow up the AI Blast. 1 more Void will be needed. Actually gets the mech off, so...
Wow.
Needed the Void before the mech came and doesn't get it.
Yeah, Doom will
kills
actually
Prophet.
get the kill on Prophet. Oh no, another disaster here
Yeah.
for Team Titan. They were hoping that would be a free kill, and it ends up being a kill the other way.
Zhao Wei, too tanky.
Yeah,
That's why you build your Doom tanky.
yeah, especially against the AA. Wow, close call. So Banana though on the low ground, he'll get fingered to death. That was unfortunate.
That was a... Yeah, he just lost focus there.
Yeah,
He was caught in no man's land. He had no teammates like anywhere nearby him.
yeah, that was. I guess he was hoping to grab the rune or something. I don't know what his plan was completely, but Light Stalker will grab that regeneration rune. And, well, Titan get a little pick-me-up right there. Still, a very small victory amongst a slew of negatives here. Newbee have now taken the gold advantage, and their experience lead just furthering along. And that's a little bit scary because the tower count is way in favor of Titan, 4-2. And as Newbee continue to knock down these towers, still this tier 1 down bottom, as you like to call them, those money bags just waiting to be collected. It'll be even worse for Titan.
Slack with a BKB now as well, so you can actually fight pretty well into this Titan lineup. The good news for Titan is they do have the Radiance on Lone Druid, just 100 gold away, so he'll get it after this creep wave, it looks like. So this is decent timing for the Radiance. Could have had it a bit faster if not all those towers had gone denied, and a couple bad fights for Titan as well. But Newbee, they're going to go for a smoke. But this is with Titan with a Radiance, so they're somewhat ready to fight.
Yeah, that's very true. And how scary is this Lone Druid with a Radiance right now?
It's pretty important.
Radiant's
I mean, very
bottom tower
important.
is under attack.
Whether they want to fight or not, it can. Well, if they're fighting, it can cancel the Sand King Blink Dagger. The Radiance burn damage is great against heroes like Sand King, Leshrac, who are fairly squishy.
Radiant's
And if you're
bottom
not fighting,
tower
it's great
has
for split
fallen.
pushing. So, however you look at it, I think it's a pretty key item for the Titan strategy, like whichever strategy they go for.
Yeah. Well, now we'll see up top. Ohio gets initiated upon by the Sand King. Epicenter comes out. Slark connects with the pounce, and that'll be an easy kill on Ohio. Meanwhile, down bottom, they are doing a little bit of split push. They did take out that bottom tier 1 tower, and they will port back to the tier 2 mid. And will Newbee make a rotation into the Roche pit here, perhaps? No, maybe?
Yeah, with the TA, they've definitely got damage to do this. There's a Trine in there waiting for him, so Moo's like, well, I kind of wanted to, but now maybe I don't. I'm just going to go back in afterwards, so... They know Prophet's dead, and I guess they feel they can maybe take this one. How's it top lane, but he'll, I imagine, TP in at least nearby, maybe kill off this one last creep wave, and...
Yeah. This is a little bit risky, but Newbee might be able to get away with it. I'm not sure if they really want to commit to this, or if they're just baiting it out. They're just putting Moo in the pit right now. They'll let the TA solo it down. AA ultimate will fly, and actually will be off the mark. Won't connect with the TA.
Here comes your Radiance Bear, though, and Moo's a bit low on mana here. He needs some Arcane Boots to help him out. Kill the bear, maybe?
Might just be a nice 300 gold going the way of Newbee. Yes, it will. So I think there's another bear summon here for KYXY. Yep, he'll bring it out onto the field. Mech comes in from the Doom. Newbee reasonably low HP, though. They've got a couple heroes hovering around half health. And
well, Yamate's same thing. He was actually on like 400 HP. He got earned up, but he's going to go back and heal regardless. So looks like he wants to heal up to full before a team fight breaks out at the Roche pit.
Well, I would call that a success for Titan, though. They do repel the Roche, and they minimize their losses. They don't have to commit to a fight. They do feed Newbee 300 gold, though, so maybe that's really more of a victory for Newbee than anything else. They don't get the Roche, but they do get a little gold boost.
And Newbee just weren't quite ready to take a full-on fight. They now get their second BKB with Zhao 8 picking one up, so they'll be a bit more prepared now if the team fight does break out. Double BKBs up. TA, it's 3.8k gold. Is this going to be another BKB as well? Yeah. Yep. BKB for TA, just 20 gold away. Drops the TP scroll, picks up the BKB, will walk on out. Probably wait for the another TA to go. Gets a TP pulled to him.
Now, a smoke used by Titan. Looks like they want to do the wraparound on Hao here. But it's not going to be too easy. He's got a BKB and a TP scroll, so worst case scenario, he can just BKB like that. That's exactly what he's going to do.
He wants to get maybe a pounce into trees first, because then Tangle could cancel it and look it out.
Yeah. So, they waste that 10-second BKB charge, but all in all, a lot of time wasted. And of course, they burn a smoke. Slark does port back to the well, doesn't port to that tier 2 tower mid, and Newbee will just take this opportunity to move back into the Roche pit. And it looks like Titan, they're privy to it. They're on their way over, and they can contest this. AA ultimate will fly in, connects with 3. Oh, this could be bad, actually. Yamate in the front line. They'll use the BKB. Doom ultimate comes out through it. And another fight breaking out around the backside. They'll get a kill onto the Lion, but Sand King will fall in the mix.
Yeah, Slark now needs to be a bit careful. His BKB on cooldown still. Doesn't want to fight this one
back
too much.
too.
Wow, this will secure them Roshan, I believe. Titan, Night Stalker's too low, has no BKB. Lone Druid does solve the bear with Radiance, but it looks like they'll try trade maybe the top tier 2 for it. Actually, pick up a Necrobrook on a higher. We'll have to see if he tries to contest this one, but it's going to be too late. Yep, he goes back top.
So Roche will fall to the wrath of the Dire, and Newbee will put the Aegis on the Templar Assassin, their top tier 2 tower. It takes a little bit of damage, but still above 50% hit points, so they're still in good shape here. Things have calmed down a little bit, plateaued just a bit before that Roche engage. But now this TA burned the BKB there down to 9 seconds, and an Aegis and the Immortal now sitting in the inventory.
Yeah, and, at this point, Newbee, they're the ones in much better control. They've got a 3k gold lead after being down by even more than that earlier on in the game, but they're getting some good map control. Probably look to pick up a gem even fairly soon just to deward the entire map. So far, they've been doing a great job with just sentry wards all over, but a gem will just get them complete and utter map control. They've got a level 11 Sand King now, so level 2 in the epicenter, and I think for Titan, they've got to be really careful with the fights they take. Night Stalker's just getting taken out every time with the Doom.
It looks like he is working towards an Ag Scepter, has himself that point booster already in the inventory. We talked about that item build earlier, and I think it makes some sense against Slark here in this game. I just worry about this Night Stalker really falling off. He's middle of the pack right now in terms of farm, but Newbee, they've got the farm on the heroes that are really scary. Doom, he's not so great, but that TA and that Slark, they're way at the top, and they're looking good. There's a Blink Dagger out on net. Of course, he is playing Lion, so not surprised to see him going Blink on this hero.
Yep.
Fits his strategy of hiding in the trees.
He's been very quiet this game. Not to mention, I'd say, like hurting the team with that buyback into dying earlier on today. So well, in this game, I should say, not today. But he's been pretty low impact. He's been involved in a number of these kills, but he definitely hasn't hasn't helped. Like a lot of their downfall has come through slight mispositionings by net.
And Newbee are smoked up here in the dire jungle. Looks like they'll try and take an engage on the Titan. And this could be a numbers
Radiant's
game. Their
middle
smoke will
tower
get
is
revealed.
under attack.
Doom will burn the Scorched Earth. Goes in onto Exist to start things off. BKB on. King J with the Burrow Strike. That'll make it an easy kill onto the Ancient Apparition.
That's a Zhao Wei play. He'll pop a BKB just for like a solo kill and a support, just to be safe. Zhao Wei is like ultra safety player.
And they are going to pursue. How in the front lines, looking for a pounce, but won't find it, and they'll just have to settle for some creeps. And maybe Newbee can just transition this into a tier 2 tower in the top lane. Nope, they'll rotate mid. They want to defend more so than push themselves.
Yeah, and it looks like Titan realized that something is astray. They're wandering back all the way down towards bottom, leaving the bear mid with the Radiance, but KYXY, yeah, TP's out. Doesn't want to hang around too long.
Yep, and the bear getting closer to the Assault Karas. Looks like up top, Banana could be in big trouble. More than big trouble. They'll be sucking the Sprout, Finger of Death to finish him off. And actually, NWP the one to grab that kill.
He needs it for this axe. He's about 1,500 away from it now. That's going to be an important item to have just in general against this Newbee team. You really need to have that vision, not so much advantage, but at least be on par, because Newbee are dewarding the whole map. Titan are just starved for map control right now. So having an Ag Scepter on Night Stalker gives them a lot.
Yeah, and now there's a gem in the inventory of the Slark. So map control going to further Newbee's way. And actually a Necro 3 has been completed on Ohio. Okay. So Shadowblade into Necro Book. He is ready to push. And he is actually locked in the trees here. We'll just summon Necro units and forces that Sand King back.
He'll get some good came close to that ward, yeah. Send in the jungle. There we go. With this Necrobook picked up right now, it's really risky for him to be pushing lanes because there's so much blink catching. So he'd just be looking to deward with the Necrobook. Instead, he feeds it to the TA. That's not good. That's not what you want to be doing with it. I guess he burns TA's HP mana.
Yeah. For 200 gold, I'm not sure if that was really worth it.
It would have been 400 if Mu had actually last hit the other one as well.
Yeah, he just barely missed it, but...
That was...
yeah, I don't know. I think TA will take that trade most of the time anyway. Burn some mana and health, but that's a value creep right there.
So Newbee, yeah, they're looking pretty good here, but this game's still far from over. Like KYXY, when he gets an Assault Crest up, Titan get a lot stronger, and this bear gets a lot tankier. And you need the Assault Crest against the TA. Like a lot of physical damage is there, so it's pretty important to have.
Yeah, this Sark is getting scary though. He's now level 16. He has that first ultimate orb, and I think he's working towards a Scotty. He does have a gem that he picked up, and, well, actually Banana on the Lesh picked it up, but he's carrying it around, and he's just been dewarded. Looking at the vision right now, Radiant have next to nothing. They have a couple of sentry wards down, but they are basically running blind right now.
Oh, net blink to the high ground. I think he maybe blinked himself into a bit of trouble here. Zhao Wei once again going in with the BKB first, just to secure these kills. He doesn't care about his BKB going down in duration. He'll throw this around willy-nilly.
Yeah, and now they're going to get a kill on the bear, so another 300 gold bounty going the way of Newbee.
And Moo's got Deso. He just got up to 4k gold. He'll probably drop his bottle, and, well, he's looking pretty scary. Yeah,
I like this build from the TA. It's a
Dire's
good mix
bottom
of
tower is under
utility with the
attack.
movement speed. You've got the
Dire's
magic immunity, so you
structures
can
are
survive with the BKB, and now just raw damage in that minus armor. TA already hits hard. And now this TA is just darn scary.
Yep. He's just still 30 seconds up for TA, so may not be a chance to use it. No, we definitely won't get a chance to use that, say.
Yep. So a little bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. They still got the golden experience coming from Roche, and
Hey,
I mean,
he can hold on to his bottle. It means he doesn't have to sell it or drop it for his Desolator.
yeah.
The Aegis will open up some space, at least for now.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Gets that sustain and continue to store those runes for later use.
Yeah.
But, you know, Newbee have that luxury of time right now. Even though Titan do have some late game heroes, and this Druid will get a little more scary now that he's got the Assault Karas complete. That bear will continue to have a presence. Newbee are just still in great shape. I think they could probably start to group up and maybe knock down a couple of these outer towers at this point. But they don't have to.
Yeah, and Titan, they do group up and go for those 4 or 5 man pushes. The problem is then Prophet's TPing to another lane, Lone Druid Bear is pushing another lane. They never really get these clean pushes.
Well, they will group up in the mid, and TA with that Desolator Refraction on in the front lines, just chipping away at this tower. They've got a siege creep here as well. Looks like there's an engage up top, and, well, Slark will get picked off. Caught the tail end of it, and did they get his gem as well?
Yeah, they would have. Well, they should have.
There it is. Ancient Apparition picked it up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, wow, Lone Druid gets a kill on Lesh. And wow, they'll get entangles out on the TA. Moo.
He's going to fight the bear, but that's a good decision. Oh, the Burrow Strike going to miss.
Ooh.
Didn't even have a bear resummon. It does have it in a couple of seconds, but Prophet keeping in, looking for some more. And he could just go Shadow Blading in. There's no actual detection now with the gem being taken. There's dust on Sank, but if you Shadow Blade in, he maybe doesn't see you go invis. Right,
yeah, you're not just going to blow a dust because there could be a Shadow-Bladed Prophet around. So a bit of a disaster for Newbee.
Yeah, that's what Titan needed, that kind of a trade there.
Yeah.
Get a couple kills, take the gem, give... I think Night Stalker's got his Ag Scepter in 50 gold. Yeah, he's got his Ag Scepter now. So there's an Aghanim Scepter on Night Stalker. You've got Lone Druid with an Assault Crest. Lions had this Blink Dagger for some time, and Prophet's got 3k gold. So all of a sudden, Titan looking a lot more teamfight ready.
Certainly so, and like you said, I think it's more that Rat Dota that Newbee have to be wary of, because next time they try and group up like that, you got this Nature's Prophet or the Druid that can easily split a lane, and if they're in the right position, they can be pushing kind of 2 lanes at once if you take a missed team fight. So even though Newbee are still in good shape and they still have a gold lead, they need to be rather careful here. One bad team fight, and they will get punished. Structures will go down pretty quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, this Sand King, he's 2-2-10, but I feel like he's not quite on that same net level of Sand King. It's not that King J's been playing poorly, but he hasn't been in the right place at the right time as frequently as Net often finds himself.
He hasn't caught Titan by surprise at any point. Whenever he's found the kills, it's just been like a standard Blink Burrow Strike. And he's done a good job catching out the Spirit Bearer a few times, but that's just like, oh, you're in fog, you blink, you Burrow Strike. He hasn't actually set up kills in random locations like someone like Net will.
Yeah. So, there was, I think, a gem out on Titan, or is this now? It's still Bananas
That's
that
the
they're hanging
stolen
on
gem,
to.
yeah.
So, yeah, just hanging on to it, and they'll get a little bit of map control back as they pick some wards off here. There is a Scotty out on the Slark, so his farm has been damn impressive, and now how...
He's still not invincible, though. That's where... Like, a Blink Hex from Lion, if he doesn't Dark Pact it, is probably the death of him with a Finger of Death.
Yeah, for sure. Roche has actually now respawned as well at the 34-minute mark. So that could be something that these teams consider in the upcoming moments, or at least after the next team fight. There are some traps down in the pit as well.
Titan don't want to go for too much of a fight. At least they don't want to engage and throw too much on like a tanky frontliner like Zhao on the Doom, because very likely is buyback, and they have to invest so much to even kill him off. It's not really worth it, but killing someone like Moo in the mid lane is definitely worth it. That's a TA on the side lane. That's their main source of damage. Extinct may go down. He will get killed off by Hal, but TA buyback forced out.
Yeah, and now...
Spirit Bear, but that's okay. Like they'll take that trade. They may lose Roshan for this, which is a bit unfortunate. We'll have to see if they even do. Night Stalker's got the Ag Scepter around the pit. They see everything going on. They see this Roshan going down. They're going to look to come fight it.
I think they will. They're going to have to do it quick, though. There's a lot of minus armor here. That Desolator takes down Roche very quickly. And, yeah, I don't think Titan can contest it.
And they see it, but they can't stop it. That's unfortunate. Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
You look at that trade and go, oh, okay, TA for the Ancient Apparition, but TA bought back. That's a great trade for Titan. But AA is one of their key defenders in the Roche pit. And with him in the grave, that makes Newbee feel so much more comfortable doing a play like that. And here we go. Blink forward. Initiation on the King J. There's the Earth Strike. And the Hex. It's just not enough, though. The mech comes in at the nick of time.
The Radiance damage. It'll finish off King J.
Oh, yeah, there it is. They get it.
Oh, poor King J. Meanwhile, mid lane, KYX actually in trouble here. Ice Blast's going to go flying in, but he'll get brought down. And that's not the Spirit Bear. That's his hero. He's on the sidelines for 70 seconds now, so... They should have just used that Finger of Death. Net wanted to hold on to it, and he's going to regret that. Should have just Finger of Death that Sand King.
Yep, ultimately it will cost them their Lone Druid, and I don't know, I'm still trying to make sense of that last fight. This is one of those moments where I wish we had that team fight recap, where did Newbee actually come out ahead with the buyback on TA and then securing Roche and the Spirit Bear? I'm not really sure who got the better of that exchange.
As far as gold goes, Titan will come out on ahead just because that buyback costs like, what, 800, so It was a 1-for-1 kill trade, 800 gold buyback. I guess Roshan gives you about like 1k across the board. So
And the
maybe it's
bear
about
was
even.
300. So that
Okay.
that kind of bites into the buyback. I'm not sure if TA got that last hit, but in terms of just raw net worth, that sways. That's a lot of gold, man. That's a that's a tower kill worth for a single person.
And the strategic like importance of having Aegis, like you can't really measure in monetary
Yeah.
form, and that's where that buyback is definitely worth it. Because now Moo's got an Aegis for the next couple fights, for the next 5 minutes of the game, and that's where Newbee can look to take control.
Absolutely. Very interesting game here. This is only game 1 of this of this best of 2, and it's a nail biter.
Yep, it is. This is Titan, the first time they're being truly tested here, and we'll see how they turn up.
Yeah, they're holding their own though. We will see Ohio now grab himself a Maelstrom. So
He's actually got the complete Mjolnir if he wants it. So
oh yeah, wow, 4,000 gold sitting in savings there. There's the
big.
Basher up on the Druid as well.
I mean, all in all, Titan they get good farm, and their late game I think matches up pretty evenly against Newbee. It's going to come down to just who plays the late game better. I don't think you can say one team just got a straight up better late game and it's going to win. No, it's really 50-50.
Yep, Doom with a Shiva's Guard. He's at the low ground here. Could get initiated on. Titan don't want to reveal themselves quite yet. They don't have eyes on all members of Newbee, and they will play this a little bit more safe.
Unfortunately for Net, I think he made the misfortune of misclicking at level 11. Got another point in Hex instead of his ulti, so only has a level 1 ulti. The cooldown's a big thing there. It's a 160-second cooldown goes down to 100 seconds, so
Yeah.
not having that level 2 ulti will hurt a little bit as far as how often they can use it.
The only thing, I don't know. It could have been intentional because that level 2 ultimate is 420 mana. His mana pool is just about at 700.
You've got the mana drain though. That's like kind
Yeah.
of makes up for it.
Yeah, he's got 4 points in mana drain. That's a fair point. Maybe it was a misskill. That's the only disadvantage of holding up the fingers. The mana cost more than doubles.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's usually worth getting, but that's, I don't know. Could have been intentional if he feels like he might have mana problems and wants to make sure he's got plenty left for Hex and Earth Spike. But
Yeah.
yeah, still a bit strange.
How at the top lane he's farming away. He's almost got himself a Butterfly on Slark, so well, every now and then you use an Ethereal Blade, but I think Butterfly against the Lone Druid Bear, against the Prophet right clicks. He's actually right clicking pretty hard right now, Ohio with the Maelstrom, especially if he goes for Mjolnir. May just think Hex though. That's the other thing. Prophet normally does want to go for Hex at some point in the game.
Is E-Blade on Slark really a thing? I don't think I've ever
Radiant's
seen
middle
that.
tower
Happened a
is
few
under
times.
attack.
Back when Slark was
Radiant
first getting
structures
popular,
are
and
fortified.
it was definitely a very niche, unconventional build, but it happened here or there.
Alright. Tier 2
Radiant's
tower in the
middle
mid lane
tower
will
has
fall.
fallen.
The Wrath of Newbee. Titan looking to pressure the base, but Newbee will be in a great position to defend them. We're back with plenty of time to spare and only a little bit of chip damage on that tier 3 tower. Most of that damage did come out from that earlier push, like what, 15 minutes into this game or something. They did all that damage to the tier 3, and
Yeah, that's right.
now they can't do any more.
Back when Titan were the ones ahead and in control of the game, they had a 5k gold lead at one point. Right now, it's still like a sub 5k gold lead Newbee's way, so
Yeah.
by no means are they struggling here. And KYXY, I think seeing the Slark with an Eagle Song, he's decided that he's going to go for that MKB. His Spirit Bear's picked up the Demon Edge, and this will be an MKB out of him, which is
I think it's the right
much-
choice.
I agree. I don't think you need the Abyssal Blade. There's no point because you don't have the mana pool on your bed to use it.
Yeah. That's that's a good point. Yeah, Abyssal is not particularly useful on the Spirit Bear, but Basher does certainly come in handy, and this Lone Druid slowly but surely is taking over on the charts here, as is the Nature's Prophet. So even though Titan have the gold lead kind of plateaued for the moment, they're increasing the farm on the heroes that count as their supports start to fall a little bit behind.
AA, you'd love an Ag Scepter on, but I think we may just see Extinct grab a 4-staff because it's so late in the game, and that Ag Scepter it's going to come so late that it's probably not going to be a difference maker, and a 4-staff can save your life or a teammate's life, so I think 4-staff is maybe better than the Ags at this stage.
Yeah, he'll keep his options open here. He is pretty close to being able to finish off the 4-staff if he wants it. Doom will grab himself a Blink Dagger, usually a good choice when you're playing a Doom like this, when you're not quite in that position 1 role. That initiation is a bit more keen, and yeah, there you go. There's Hal's Butterfly, and this Slark he's officially scary.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely a hero to worry about. At the same time, not like the best late game hard carry. That's something where he's not unbeatable, so we'll see how he does here. Prophet, if you want to go like kind of carry Prophet, does need to get an MKB at this point, but still can drop the TP scroll, the Midas, to get that. But Ohio's gonna, I feel like you need a Hex at some point as well on Ohio.
Yeah, I think Hex should be priority here over the MKB because, well, the Hex
It gets
rid of the
evasion,
evasion,
yeah.
exactly. So it gives you the best of both worlds. You have a tool to deal with it, and then you've also got that utility that works on people that don't have evasion. So, especially with the MKB coming on the bear, I think Hex is much more warranted here.
Newbee ready to fight. They smoke up as 4. Slark actually left behind here, so they're trying to pretend that they're not ganking, that Slark's just farming and the rest of Newbee are either sitting behind him in the jungle. So this 4-man smoke gank is a bit of a mind games play to get into the enemy jungle and try find some kills, but right now, not working.
Yeah, Titan, they're kind of aware that some trickery must be afoot. It's just too good to be true. A solo Slark just calmly farming past the river in the mid lane. And good map sense. TA just wipes up that wave with some side blades, and now Newbee, they're ready to break the base.
Well, Ohio TP's bottom. He knows that a push is coming, and this tier 3 tower already below half HP with Necrobook with Treants could go for a bit of a trade here.
And meanwhile in the mid lane, King J hops forward, doesn't secure a kill. Earthspike connects on 2. There's the BKB from Doom as he blinks forward. Net in big trouble. He'll actually be the first to fall. And Nature's Prophet, he's doing some work on this tower down in the bottom lane. He forces out the glyph. Newbee, they need to decide how they want to handle this. They either need to back and defend, or they need to commit. And King J, he was trying to port back, but he'll actually get killed. Prophet takes out the tower. And now he'll be porting back. They want to get some cleanup kills here. Banana, he'll get caught inside the Sprout as he 4 stabs. Lone Druid will finish off the TA. And Banana will fall to the Nature's Prophet. What a defense from Titan. That'll be a 3-for-0.
So he's going to be careful. Prophet can TP in with a double damage rune. This is a value double damage rune if I've ever seen one. If he TPs in, I guess it's a bit risky here, especially with Zhao 8 still there. Zhao 8 actually didn't even use his ulti, so... okay, not going to go for a TP in, but still a great fight going Titan's way.
Yeah, he got the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane, did some decent damage to the barracks. I'll get this tier 2 mid. Now, all of a sudden, there's a big swing of momentum, and like you said, double damage rune out. This will be an easy melee Rax, no glyph available. A little bit of a risky play from Ohio there, but he is rewarded. They also force another buyback from this TA. Oh, no.
Boy.
And I don't think TA is going to be able to capitalize. They're just going to retreat, and that will be a wasted buyback from Mu.
Well, the
Okay,
Malaysian
they'll get the
squad,
bear, but-
Titan are fighting and taking on one of Chinese best right now. This is good to see.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a legit game on our hands here at this point. The Rat Dota for Titan, just a bit too potent for Newbee. They can't handle
Admiral
that
Bulldog
smoke
would be
push.
proud. You got your Lone Druid and Prophet in the same game. Titan just rat Dota to victory. He would be a very happy camper right
Well,
now.
I saw him in chat earlier. He may have gone to bed by now, but you never know. Bulldog could be lurking.
Maybe.
How?
Roche is back up, so maybe considering that one. But how? Yeah, he's. Oh, okay.
Yep, he's dead.
Oh, Ice Blast is.
Or is he?
Would have shattered. Maybe not going to come to play.
BKB. Oh,
just
there you go.
those last couple of right clicks. And,
Close call.
you can still shatter in BKB form. As was something that was discussed earlier today on the stream during Starlight.
Yeah, we were just talking about that over
Yeah.
dinner, weren't we? So, Ohio, he's not going to take heed to our advice, and he is just going to go for what will probably be an MKB, Demon Edge in the inventory, but
Titan know
Newbee
this is
moving
going.
into
They're,
Roche.
they're drawing lines on the map, but they can't get here in time, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this will be third Roche, so Cheese comes down, and the Cheese ends up in the inventory of Doom, and once again, it just goes the way of the Templar Assassin.
Yep, that's definitely the hero needs it. Doesn't have buyback at this stage of the game. T's going to walk right into him.
Oh, Moo!
That accept at giving vision.
Oh, no, and he took the wrong path. He was all by his
Is he
lonesome.
dead twice here?
Slark's going to buy back as well. Oh, this could be a disaster for Newbee.
BKB.
Yeah, BKB popped by Doom as well, and also on the Night Stalker. Doom
Titan
ultimate
need to
comes out.
disengage here.
KYXY, I think he'll be able to survive this.
Engaged entangled up. He may just die to the Bear Radiance once more. And yeah, Zhao 8's chasing him. Once Extinct just going to TP out. Zhao 8 doesn't have a stun. He's got a level death. That'll finish him off. And King J does get away from the Spirit Bear. But the Rat Dota, Ohio, wants this bottom range Rax.
And he might find it. At the very least, he'll do a little bit of chip damage to it. I
Dire's
think that
top
was
tower
still
is under
way in
attack.
Titan's favor. They burn the Aegis straight
Double
away.
buyback, yeah.
And they also force a buyback on the Slark. And actually, Slark's not out of the clear quite yet. Ohio, he'll initiate. There's the Hex
Oh
coming
my
out
God.
from Lion. And Hal's dead. That's a dieback for this Slark.
Wowzers! Titan, man, these guys are looking sharp right now. They're just making some great decision making.
Wow.
Maybe didn't want to stay around for the TA after the Aegis respawn because they didn't have any disables, but even so, they managed to get out without taking too many casualties. They get some damage done in bottom lane. They actually got that ranged Rax, and now, after killing Slark again, they may just look to push high ground.
I mean, I don't see why they shouldn't. They know Slark is down for over a minute. They know he doesn't have buyback, and the only thing that Newbee have going their way right now is the cheese and the inventory of the Doom. He doesn't even have an ultimate either. This is going to be a difficult defense for Newbee.
Yeah. AA's still far away, but that's a good thing sometimes, because that means you get the bigger AoE in the Ice Blast. They can look to break the high ground. And, well, it looks like they're going to try to do a bit of that at top lane. The Necrobooks are there. This Aghanim Scepter for the Night Stalker giving such great control. Helps them out with the pushes. Help them kill the TA in the trees. Now, they'll get the tier 3 mid. And there's just so much pressure being put on Newbee. They've got no slack for 40 seconds.
Yeah, Bear taking heavy damage, but he does have another respawn. They just don't have the power to deal with this Rat Dota right now. There's 35 seconds until the glyph comes up, and there's just too much pressure on both lanes in the mid. TA takes some pretty heavy damage. Ancient Apparition ult will fly. King J coming in.
Done something, King J.
Oh, no.
It goes on the Spirit. This is actually the second Spirit Bear kill if they can get it. Nice force stuff coming in from Xings, trying to keep it alive. It's going to go down. This is the end of this lone Druid's pushing, but higher, well, he was trying to push top. He's going to get doomed up. He's got 7k freaking gold. This guy started an investment fund or something. Ohio is just filthy rich here. He's going to go down. Has buyback, not going to use it. He doesn't want to just blow it right now. There may come a time where he wants it later on in the game, so
Yeah.
backs off. Not to mention they can't push anyway. They've got no Lone Druid Spirit Bear for 90 seconds, so they may as well wait up the buyback, wait up the Spirit Bear, and then have another go at the high ground.
Maybe they won't wait it out for now. They'll go for Lesh, but he'll force staff back just in the nick of time to juke that Earth Spike. But yeah, both tier 3 towers got picked off, so even though Titan did lose their Nature's Prophet and didn't do crippling damage with the Rax, they still did a lot. And now that base is just one easy push away, and Newbee, they're up against the ropes. I mean, one more misstep, and Titan can just punish them so hard. Anytime they step out of the base, someone gets picked off. These Rax are just one easy push away.
Yeah. Prophet and Lone Druid both with so much base killing potential. And the Night Stalker, he's kind of like you're just figure out exactly where the enemy are, figure out where it's safe to push, figure out what fights are safe to take. This Aghanim Scepter has just been the key item in this game. And if you're talking about MVPs, I look towards Yamate's Night Stalker. This Ag Scepter has changed the tempo of this game.
Yeah, now Newbee, they're recognizing the need to make something happen here. They'll dive into the base, haste rune onto the Slark, and he'll actually be off the mark with his pounce and won't be able to do too much here. Doom does not have an ultimate available. They will stun onto Yamate to get things started here. There's the Shivas coming out from Doom. The glyph has already been burned.
They're trying to save this Prophet buyback. They may have to give up Raxus here, but I think it's worth not using this Prophet buyback, even if they lose Raxus. Titan is still the ones in control. It'll even things up a bit here. Newbee say, game on, guys. We're both down to Rax.
Creeps are in the base, though, and he could try and port into the base. No, he'll port to the high ground here, and they want to go for Doom.
That was risky. Doom was right there with Dust, but didn't actually go for the Doom kill.
Yeah, and now how do they want to initiate this? Necrobook units taking some pretty heavy damage from...
I'm surprised the Ohio didn't go for a backdoor there. That, I think, would have been a safe backdoor. And they see how now, keeping back. If they can find a pickoff, they'll take it. That's where Night Stalker's leading the charge, looking for vision of anyone he can find, but not going to find too much.
Yeah, with creeps in the base like that, there was a glyph available, but even if he TPs in, forces out the glyph, and then has a TP scroll perhaps to make it back out, perhaps it would have been worth it. He will finish that MKB. By he, I mean the Nature's Prophet, so Ohio getting really scary with these right clicks.
Crit. He's got a Daedalus. Well, he wants to save for buyback for now, but his right click damage is... He's hitting harder than anyone else in this game.
Yep. TA is going to go ahead and pick up Boots of Travel now before finishing the Daedalus. Does have the Crystallis online, but does want to make sure that she can move around the map effectively. Javelin out for Slark as well. And any other big item pickup? Some Ghost Scepters for Titan coming out.
That's a big item. A Hex Scyther Vice picked up by Yamate. He went Hex. This guy loves going Hex. He does it on his Clinks. He's now doing it on a Night Stalker of all heroes. Boy, oh boy.
Smoke forward from Newbee. They're looking to catch someone here.
The Ag Scepter.
Oh, here we go. Smoke comes out, and they will burn the Doom ultimate. Yamate in big trouble.
Gone, it looks like. I think the Doom damage will probably tick him over. He's on the run. If there's a mech or something, it may save his life. The Doom's actually going to be close.
I don't think it'll be enough.
Yeah,
oh, it's hard to tell. Ooh, 80 hit points. What a close call. Extinct, though. He won't be so lucky. He'll get picked off.
No big. Meanwhile, TA died at bottom. That's a solo kill from your Nature's Prophet. He almost died to get it. Holy crap, that was a close battle.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I was looking
No,
up
no.
top, and wow.
Would have been an interesting one to catch there, but Moo getting outplayed 1v1 by a higher Nature's Prophet. He's got a Daedalus now.
Jesus.
Such an interesting build. Like, if he had a Hex, he could actually get those solo kills on TA a lot easier.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Hex is so good on Nature's Prophet because it gives you that solo kill potential.
I think his last item needs to be I don't know what he sells here. Maybe he sells his Shadow Blade. He needs a BKB at this point, because just a Sand King or a Leshrac stun can kind of really cripple him. I think BKB will help with that. Especially just when you're trying to just rat Dota down buildings. Like, having a BKB to stop those disables helps.
Yeah.
Mid lane. Oh, the chase is on. They want Zhao Wei.
Yeah, and they might find him here as well. He doesn't have an ultimate available. The bear will get stunned up. And this bear could fall right here. Another summon is available, so it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Goes down to a siege wagon of all things.
Ice Blast does connect. Hey, it's better than going down to a hero, man. They have fed a lot of bear gold to Newbee this game.
Yeah.
So, and look at this Nature's Prophet just being so irritating, pushing creeps in, forcing Newbee's attention, then instantly going to the bottom lane, even though there's no racks, just continuing to push the creeps in, and just waiting for that opening. All he has to do is ping-pong back and forth, and just takes Newbee to make a misstep for him to be able to really capitalize, and could easily turn this relatively even game into a huge advantage for Titan.
Bottom lane, maybe. They've got numbers here. They need a Silencer or a Blink Hex. They're going to get it here. How's in trouble? Get the Dark Pact off.
Oh.
He either saw it coming, or I think he was just using Dark Pact to farm the creep wave.
Yeah, that was almost too good to be true, but now
So
we'll see
lucky.
this initiation break out. Ohio in big trouble. He'll get doomed. He gets finished off. Now, he does have a buyback available here, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Plenty of gold.
If given the option, he just won't use it. Like, they don't have a Spirit Bear resummon. They're in no rush. Oh, the one problem is Roshan's back up.
And it's a really early Roche respawn as
Yeah,
well. Only
that's-
40 seconds. That's very unlucky.
If they keep pressuring top lane, maybe they can buy time, but Newbee are going to know as soon as Roshan respawns, and they'll see Prophet dead and think, okay, TA, just go solo Rosh. And TA can solo Rosh right now.
Yeah.
But
And
man, that Dark Pack, that was... I feel for Titan, because he blink hexed immediately, and there's no way Slark can react that fast with a Dark Pack. He'd
Yeah.
already cast it to push out the creep wave. It was just pure luck on Howzen that he survives that one.
yeah, he just happened to be spamming it right as they initiated. And, well, he survived, so sometimes better lucky than good, as they say. And just one of those situations where luck does pay off. KYXY in the mid lane. He's in big trouble. King J gets off the epicenter. And, oh, this could be the end of the Druid. Zen King will fall to the Ancient Apparition as he shatters, but now Extinct's in trouble. And, yeah, the lone Druid, he's 500 gold short.
Probably
They
has
might
to
just
buy
go
back.
for Throne.
Wow. Is that it? Looking so good. They were so far ahead. Buyback from the Nature's Prophet. He can't go base race. He's going to fight this one. And this is going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this will be enough. BKB popped by the TA, the Doom as well. They don't even need to go for the heroes here, and they're not going to fall for it. They know there's no glyph available. They want this throne. Lone Druid as well as the AA dead, but it could cost him here. Slark, he gets sheeped up, and he will fall. Now they may lose their Doom as well. This Nature's Prophet, he's pretty fat, but TA will finish him off, and that's
Lion's
it.
got no HP, 20 HP. He's going to have to go in with the Blink Hex, though. There's no two ways about this. They've got to go in. They've got to find some way, but with just 2 heroes left, Titan GG out.
Wow.
Dire
What a
victory.
What a
game.
tense game one. And Titan, they came so close. So close to game 1 victory. This has been the best game we've had of the WPC so far. This was
I think so.
sensational play from both teams.
Certainly of the games that I've seen so far in Titan, it looked like they were going to be able to seal the deal. Newbee had control of that game for the most part, and Titan with some plays here. We can get some player reactions here.
Man.
And Newbee with that that sort of ruffled look
Well,
of...
Xiao Wei was yelling at his team there, it looked like.
Yeah, that kind of ruffled look like of, guys, we won, but just barely. You know, that kind of... Newbee were pretty heavily favored.
That's going to be disheartening for Titan. And you can, man, look how animated Newbee are. I think they're not going to be happy with just how tough that win was. But at the same time,
Exactly.
Titan are going to be thinking, guys, we had it. They're not talking that much. They're very quiet, and I got a feel from them. They've come a long way here. They're competing on Chinese soil, and
Yeah.
doing so is never going to be easy.
Yeah, but wow, what a game. In the end, it's just all about that buyback juggling. Do you think that would have been a different game had Ohio gone for the sheep instead of the more damage-based items? Or maybe even a
think so.
BKB, some
I
sort of
think the
survivability
BKB would have helped
tool?
a bit, but he was still getting doomed in the fights, which was the real big
Right.
problem. Like, he got so farmed that he was the #1 doom target. Lone Druid dying at that last push without buyback was very costly, though. That's something which KYXY looked... I mean, I don't think you can pin the game on that. There were other mistakes Titan had made, but that's something which you can't afford to have happen at that stage of the game.
Yeah. So, wow. We've got one game left. It will be Titan versus Newbee once more. We'll have a short break, and then we'll get back into it. We'll see if Titan can make this a 1-1 series or if Newbee can sweep it 2-0. The conclusion coming up next, guys. Don't go anywhere. More Dota 2 after this short break.